This is the standard gauge railway that China is participating in the construction of in Tanzania, on May 1 Street, 2024, during the celebration of Tanzania's 60th anniversary. The country has launched its first trial operation. The first trip will carry a group of local elites for passenger transport trial operation. The train travels 300 kilometers between the main port city of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania and the capital city of Dodoma. As part of Tanzania's $10 billion International Strategic Railway Plan, the standard gauge railway has a total length of 1,800 kilometers, divided into 6 road sections for construction. 3 of these sections were constructed by Chinese companies. Currently, it is the first section of operation. The new 300-kilometer railway is scheduled to officially enter commercial operation in July this year. Railway infrastructure consists of Tier Key, jointly built by Portugal and China, China Communications Construction Corporation. Both China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation and China Railway Construction Corporation are involved. The railway track adopts the same 1,435 mm standard gauge as China, use electric locomotives. The maximum speed of passenger trains is 160 km per hour. The freight train has a speed of 120 km per hour. The new railway can shorten the 4-hour bus and 5-hour train travel on the original Migi Railway to 2 hours. Besides reducing road congestion, it can also reduce freight costs by 40%. The train uses high-speed trains from Korean train manufacturer Hyundai. Road time: 14 out of the 59 passenger trains ordered by Tanzania have been delivered. Each passenger train can accommodate a maximum of 589 passengers. Tanzania stated that the reason for choosing a Korean train manufacturer to sign the contract is, it's because the company has access to Egypt, experience in supplying vehicles in Tunisia and Nigeria, South Korean-made trains and Tier Key. The combination of railway lines built in China, it is expected to become one of the most advanced freight and passenger railway systems in Africa. If successful, will usher in a new era for Tanzania's railway network, because Tanzania is located at the forefront and center of the Central Corridor transportation system. The trial operation is currently in progress. As the most advanced project on the African continent, Tanzania's standard gauge railway connects Tanzania with Rwanda, Uganda, Burundi, and other neighboring countries are connected, and connect with the Democratic Republic of Congo through these countries. By connecting industrial parks, strategic locations such as inland container stations and major population centers, promote smoother regional trade and manufacturing development. The King of Brunei visited Laos. When riding on the China-Laos high-speed railway express train, I couldn't help but praise it. After returning to Brunei, he also wants to build a high-speed rail and connect to Indonesia and Malaysia. The proposed railway spans the largest island in Asia, Borneo. Borneo is composed of Indonesia, under the jurisdiction of Malaysia and Brunei. This is also one of the reasons why Brunei wants to use railways to connect Indonesia and Malaysia. The Borneo high-speed railway has a total length of 1,620 kilometers. The investment budget is $33 billion. The project will be implemented into stages. 24 stations are scattered throughout the island. The average distance between each station is 150 kilometers. The train speed is 300 to 350 kilometers per hour. The first phase of the project first connects cities from the west coast to the east coast of Brunei. The starting point is located in Kundian, West Kalimantan Province. The endpoint is located in the economic center of Sabah, Kota Kinabalu. The second phase of the project has been extended to North and East Kalimantan. The main route connecting Samarinda and the new capital of Indonesia, Nusantara. Currently, highways dominate the country. The total length of highways in Brunei is 317 kilometers. Only 2 railways are in operation. There is a 2.5-kilometer-long coal mine operation, a narrow-gauge railway with a gauge of 711 millimeters, equipped with 2 steam locomotives. A steam locomotive was manufactured in 1891, the other one was manufactured in 1897. The speed is 15 kilometers per hour. Another 19.3 kilometer long, a narrow-gauge railway with a gauge of 600 millimeters, built by Brunei Shell Oil Company, used for transporting domestic water and pipeline transportation. Several passenger trains have also been opened now. This train is known as the North Borneo Heritage Train in Brunei. The existing 2 railway lines are full of colonial-era atmosphere. This is incompatible with Brunei's development. Although Brunei has a population of only over 400,000, unable to build urban railways, but it is one of the countries with the highest per capita income in the world. The Brunei government has been exploring the implementation of some type of urban rail transit for a long time. When the King of Brunei visited Laos, after seeing the China-Laos Railway, finally found the answer. The economy of Laos is only 1/14 of that of Brunei. They can all build high-speed trains. Based on Brunei's development status, building a high-speed rail is not a problem at all. Although Brunei has a small population, but high-speed rail can connect Indonesia and Malaysia. High-speed rail can better integrate Brunei into the ASEAN economy. This kind of investment is more meaningful than simply transporting goods and attracting customers. If the plan can be implemented, Brunei will also become the 3rd country in Southeast Asia to have high-speed rail. The Russians waited hard for 3 years. The first high-speed rail has finally begun construction. Recently, Russia holds the groundbreaking ceremony for the Moscow-St. Petersburg high-speed railway through video conferencing. The railway will cross 6 regions. The population is about 30 million. This accounts for approximately 20% of the total population of Russia. Therefore, the railway between Moscow and St. Petersburg will become Russia's flagship high-speed railway. The planned length of this route is 679 kilometers. There are a total of 16 stations along the way. 4 of them are located within Moscow territory. The train will run at a speed of 250 kilometers per hour. It is said that the design speed of this line can reach 400 kilometers per hour. This route is expected to shorten the travel time between Moscow and St. Petersburg from 4 hours to 2 hours and 15 minutes. The first batch of 28 trains will be launched. It is expected to be produced by the joint venture with Siemens to produce high-speed trains. The Russian New Nara Group. Assembly completed with the support of Ural Locomotive Factory in Russia. Trains can be doubled in formation, from an 8-car formation to a 16-car formation. There are 4 types of carriages. As early as 2020, the Russian railway company wants to build high-speed railways. The plan was to start in 2021. In November 2021, they changed their minds. I want to renovate and upgrade the existing Moscow-St. Petersburg railway. In August 2023, Russia has officially decided to build a new high-speed railway. Subsequently, detailed planning began to be developed. Until March 2024, the construction has just officially begun. The new high-speed rail line will connect to Moscow's public transportation system and integrate heavy rail and urban rail transit together, make it an integral part of the Moscow-St. Petersburg high-speed railway. If the Moscow-St. Petersburg high-speed railway can be successfully completed, it is expected that by 2028, during peak hours, high-speed trains will run every 15 to 20 minutes. Starting from 2030, it will run every 10 to 15 minutes. The new route will transport 23 million passengers annually. The number of tourists will also increase significantly. the construction of the new expressway will also improve freight capacity and transportation speed. The freight volume in 18 regions of Russia can increase by at least 30 million tons. Russia's plan goes far beyond that. The construction of the Moscow-St. Petersburg high-speed railway is only the first stage of Russia's high-speed rail network. The network will also connect Kazan, the 8th largest city in Russia, and Yekaterinburg, the 3rd largest city in Russia, and may be connected to the capital of Belarus, Minsk. However, to achieve these plans, there is a prerequisite, that is to say, all major stations in Moscow need to build the most advanced passenger infrastructure. Otherwise, Russia's current railway infrastructure is not enough to support the country's overall plan. In fact, Indonesia has not built railways for over 100 years. The current railway has a maximum speed of only 60 kilometers per hour, so the Indonesian government also needs to dream of repairing a high-speed rail with a different gun. However, the competition for this project was quite intense at the beginning. This competitor is Japan. At that time, Japan wanted to win the Yawan high-speed railway project, offered very generous conditions, but the Indonesian government ultimately chose China's high-speed rail, because in Southeast Asia, China cannot give up any land. This direction is too important for China, so we are willing to transfer some technology at the cost of winning this project. Maybe some people feel like they're losing out. No, I won't. I'll talk later. Let's start with Japan. After losing the Jakarta-Bandung high-speed railway project in Indonesia, in order to regain face, I stubbornly stumbled on the Indian high-speed rail project, that is, the high-speed railway from Mumbai to Ahmedabad. This high-speed rail has a total length of 508 kilometers, designed a maximum speed of 320 kilometers per hour. In order to secure this project, Japan is willing to provide a low-interest loan of 5 trillion yen as a bargaining chip. And the repayment period is also too long. When Sanji saw that there was still this good thing, so he threw the embroidered ball to Japan. Japan is excited, but who knew it was losing anesthesia? The high-speed railway, originally planned to be completed in 2022, now it has been repaired for less than 15 kilometers. And it also faces rising inflation costs. This project, let alone making money, I can't even find the underpants I lost. What benefits does the Yawan high-speed railway have for China? 1. First and foremost, the most direct, the most common but popular one, make money. The budget for the Yawan high-speed railway is 35 billion yuans. After completion and operation, count a wave of banknotes first. But the further significance is far from being as simple as making money. For example, 2. Deepened relations with Indonesia. During the construction of the Yawan high-speed railway, using a large amount of locally produced cement and other raw materials in Indonesia, it has driven the local economic development. In addition, a large number of Indonesian employees are recruited to participate in engineering construction, bringing 51,000 jobs to the local area. After the successful operation of Indonesia's high-speed rail, not only is it convenient for the public to travel, but also promoting development, and also became the most beautiful guy in Southeast Asia. The Indonesian government couldn't shut its mouth naturally. Of course, there will definitely be follow-up cooperation, and Indonesia is the leader of Southeast Asia. The deepening of the relationship between the two countries is also beneficial for China's strategic cooperation with the entire ASEAN. It's not over yet. 3. Major strategic significance. Previously, many Western countries opposed China's high-speed rail, just like 100 years ago when China boycotted Western railways. Now it's reversed. The West has begun to boycott China's high-speed rail. Just thinking about it is ridiculous. However, in the past few years, not only did Western countries boycott China's railways, This also includes developing countries and even Southeast Asian countries. In Hekou County, southeastern Yunnan, China, there is a railway connecting to Old Street City in Vietnam during the War of Resistance against Japan. This is the only international channel in China, but Vietnam's railway adopts the meter gauge standard with a gauge of 1 meter. However, the railway network within China is an international standard gauge moment 1435 millimeters. The standards are different. Nature cannot be connected. The railway is not connected. This means that trade between the two countries is restricted. As for why there hasn't been a unified standard for so many years, it's because of Vietnam's defensive mentality. However, in the surrounding areas of Vietnam, for example, Laos, on December 3, 2021, the China-Laos Railway was put into operation. In addition, it is also related to the Western Land Sea New Corridor. The trade channels such as the China-Europe freight train have also achieved seamless integration, despite the impact of the epidemic. However, the freight volume of China-Laos Railway has increased significantly, driving rapid economic development in Laos. The results are impressive. Cambodia is anxious in its eyes and in its heart, then proactively seek Laos to build a railway connecting the two countries, to connect with the China-Laos Railway, seeing that the neighbors around are all connected to the Chinese railway, boarding the fast train of China's economic development. Vietnam finally can't sit still. Last year, Vietnamese high-level officials visited China, reached a series of cooperation agreements with China. In addition to national-level agreements, there are also agreements between various ministries and Vietnamese counterparts for direct cooperation, local agreements, especially one, the integration of the China-Vietnam Railway. Railway standard output is not just as simple as a single project output. It means that the exporting country is involved in vehicle manufacturing, high-speed rail track laying, signal system, integrate a series of underlying standards such as engineering and technical standards with the other party. Once the standardization is completed, the railway network between the two can be seamlessly integrated so as to achieve interest bundling. So, in other words, the Yawan high-speed railway is a business card for Chinese manufacturing to enter overseas markets. Promotion: the driving effect is priceless. After the early demonstration effect came out, like Indonesia, like Vietnam, all neighboring countries use Chinese standards. After major Southeast Asian countries establish land connections with China, it has also integrated into the Chinese economic circle and China's integration into Southeast Asia. Building one's own ecosystem is just around the corner. Thai senior officials have released a message. The first phase of the China-Thailand high-speed railway, Bangkok to Nakhon Rath section, the total mileage is 250 kilometers, expected speed of 300 kilometers per hour, currently under construction, expected to be completed by 2026.